Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Business Accelerator Show. I'm your host, Pierre Muller. Today, we'll cover a crucial concern. How can I grow my business fast with a limited marketing budget? When I first started my first business, this was my exact question. I was young, I had limited capital for marketing, really just to fund my business, to fund business growth. And I was looking for a business model where you don't have lots of capital required to grow your business. I was looking for low-cost ways to grow, systems which I could use to scale without having expenses overheads. And I was super excited when I found them, when I implemented them, and I saw how powerful they are in my business. And that's why I'm so excited to share these with you. In the previous episode, we talked about traditional marketing methods and how they can often be very expensive without measurable results. For example, expensive websites or magazine ads. It's this large cash outflow, but you can't really measure them. Not very reliable. You have to spend all the money. You are out of pocket. You see the money going out of your business, and then you're sort of waiting and you're sort of hoping for clients to come into the door, make the sales, and actually pay for those marketing expenses which you already incurred. The principles we will cover in this series will help you to grow fast without a large marketing budget. And the reason for that is it's called client financed acquisition, which means your clients finance your growth. Pretty cool, eh? So we will help you to build a strategy and a system where you know the exact cost to get a new client lead. For example, you will know exactly what percentage of people actually see your ad to start off with, how many of those customers click on that ad and actually view what you are offering to them, how many then subsequently goes to your website or your funnel landing page where they actually look at your offer, how many of them then actually takes up your offer and becomes paying customers over time, and how much do those customers typically spend with you over the lifetime of being with you. Now, this last element is called the client lifetime value, and it's so important to understand and to know exactly what that number is. It's the average amount of income and profit specifically that you will make from the average customer over the lifetime of that client. And that lifetime duration is very different. For businesses like gyms, that can be very short, where people sign up and they remain members for a year or two and then they drop off. Where for other businesses, it can be quite a long longevity. You can keep your clients for 5 years, 10 years, and the amount of sales that you can make to those same clients over time is quite significant. So it's important that you understand your average client lifetime. We will also discuss how you can create very high profit margin products and how you can then nurture your clients over time to start buying some of those high value and high profit margin products from you. Let's make it practical. If you have the strategy and the systems in place and you know that your average customer lifetime value is roughly $1,000, let's work with that example for now. So your average customer lifetime value is $1,000. So on average, every customer that joins with you, they spend $1,000, you make $1,000 profit from them over time. Some will be more, some will be less, but on average, let's work on $1,000. For now, also don't worry about where you will get the $1,000. For some businesses, this will sound very little. For other businesses, this will sound a lot. So it really depends on the type of industry and your type of product, but let's just use it as an example, and the principle will remain exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you have high-end products or lower-end products. Okay, so $1,000 client lifetime value. Now, if that is true, and if you can measure it, and if it's reliable, how much will you then be willing to pay in marketing cost, or let's call it investment, to get a customer like that? So if you get a customer, he will spend $1,000 with you over time. How much would you be willing to pay to get such a customer, to get a new customer like that? Will you be willing to pay $10? Obviously, because if you pay $10 and you make $1,000 in profit, it's a good deal. How about $100? Pay $100, you make $1,000 in profit. Absolutely. How about $500? And sometimes if you talk to clients and you talk about having a marketing cost per client or finding a new client for $500, it can sound quite expensive to some. But if you understand what your client lifetime value is, it's really something that you can measure quite nicely. And as long as your client lifetime value is more than the cost to acquire that customer, you can actually continue to invest money in your marketing, and the sales will come and it will pay for your marketing. Now, the important variables here is that you must define your value ladder up front, and we'll talk about that as we go along in the series. What do I mean with a value ladder? Is that you have lower priced front-end offers to get new customers through the door, and then it works up and you have higher end, higher profit ones where you actually make the good money. You must also have a system in place to deliver on these sales. You must know and you must be able to measure the cost to acquire a client very accurately. Again, back to things like, just having, website expenses. And again, I'm not hammering on websites. There's definitely a need for it if it's built correctly. But it's things like, very expensive TV ads and radio ads and these things. It's very difficult to measure the cost to acquire a new client because you don't really know which of your clients exactly, they listen to that radio show or they saw that billboard or banner ad, and that's why they became a client. And to really measure that very accurately, where the systems I'm going to talk about and teach you, you can actually measure those very accurately. Okay. So without these, it's simply a strategy of hope, and that doesn't work. So we will help you to make this a tangible, concrete plan. So to summarize, the essence of client finance acquisition, which we'll talk about as we go along, is the first few products your clients buy from you really pays for the cost to acquire that customer. It pays for your marketing expenses. So what happens is you break even on the front end with your lower end products. Once you get to this crucial break-even level and you have a reliable system in place, now you can increase your marketing investment and new customers will come in the same fashion. You increase your number of clients fast over time doing this, and you then upsell them into your higher profit products, and that's where you make the real money. By doing this, you don't need a big financial outlay for your marketing. You can spend a little bit, you get those customers to pay for those expenses, then you spend a little bit more, you get more customers who pays for that, and so you grow, and then you upsell all of those increased number of clients into your higher profit solutions. And the beauty of this system, as I mentioned, is that it is measurable. If you know you spend $100 to acquire a new customer, and you know that client lifetime value is $1,000, you know that you have a return on your marketing investment of 1,000%. Now tell me, where will you get 1,000% return on your capital elsewhere? You're not going to get that in the stock market. You're not going to get that in property. You might get it in Bitcoin for a very short while, and then you might lose it all again. So it's a wonderful return on your capital if you build it like this. So as we go through the series, we will guide you through these various components you need to have such a strategy and system in place. So I hope you're feeling excited about the prospect that you can grow fast with a limited marketing budget if you implement this client finance acquisition strategy. If you want to ensure that you get free access to the entire series, plus more tips, tools, and tricks to grow your business, be sure to join our free Facebook group called Get More Customers. You'll find the link in the show notes or the description. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like or the love button, depending on which platform you're using. This will really help us to get our message out and help more entrepreneurs. We would also love to hear from you, so please engage with us and reply. What business are you in? It's also a great opportunity for you to engage and to promote your business to our audience. Then we have an exciting offer for you. If you share this episode on your social media platforms with your audience, we want to say thank you, and I want to give you a free pre-built lead magnet sales funnel, which you can use in ClickFunnels. It's a plug-and-play sales funnel, which you can put in ClickFunnels and generate new leads for your business. So all you need to do is simply share this episode on your platforms. Just share that you just put a comment there that you liked it. It really helped you to think different about your business. Take a screenshot and then send it to us at support@allegiance.online. The email address will also be in the show notes, and we'll gladly send that funnel to you. It's worth $1,000. All right, so in the next episode, we will cover a crucial skill. How do you speak the language of your ideal high profit clients so that you can get more of them and so that they can buy more from you? See you there.